Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope your preparations are going good. This particular video will be discussing about paper analysis, decoding the ICMA paper 5, your business laws and ethics for you. So the first and very important and very regular question I get from CMA inter students is, sir, syllabus is very huge. It is very voluminous. Should I study all the chapters? Should I leave something? Should I go for selective study? As such, I don't encourage you to go for selective study, but I'll encourage you to go for a prioritized study where you'll be studying few chapters at the beginning, will be perfect with few chapters, and some other chapters which are not so important for exam perspective will do them, but not as expertised as the selective chapters. So please don't take this video in the wrong way. This is not for selective study. This video is made only for you to make your time smartly allocated to those chapters which are actually useful for the exam perspective. Before we start all the procedure, let's analyze your paper first. As you know, paper 5 business law and ethics comes for a total of 100 marks, which is divided into section A MCQs, your compulsory part, which will comprise of 15 questions, and you have section B following with that, where you have the descriptive part. So let's analyze the paper pattern first, then we'll move on to the paper decoding. So as we know, it is section A and section B. Section A has objective questions, 15 questions, and each question carries a total of 2 marks. That is 30 marks from your paper, and there's no choice given in the process. Remember, guys, there is no choice in the objective part. If there is question from industrial laws, you have to attempt it. If there is question from commercial laws, there is no choice, you have to attempt it. Coming to the section B. Section B is very beautifully drafted by CMA Institute, where they have given us a total of 7 questions. Out of the 7 questions, we have to write only 5 of them. Only 5 questions. Each question has 2 subparts, A and B. Each of them carries a total of 7 marks. And they have come out from the situation where every single question is being asked for 7 marks today. Even though there are, actually speaking, there are some questions which carry some importance of 10 or 15 marks, but they are being asked for 7 marks. You should be ready to cut down it to 7 marks. And there are questions which cannot be asked for more than 4 or 5 marks, but they have been asked for 7 marks. You should be ready to expand the answer as well. So for that matter, we have to write 5 questions. Each question of part A, part B, 7 marks each, a total of 14, will come across to a total of 70 marks. That means the descriptive part itself is asked for 98, where you are expected to write 70 out of those 98 marks. So there's a huge amount of choice available when it comes to descriptive part. That's what we're gonna decode in this particular video. I've gone through all the past papers which have been released by your institute, the past papers, all the 3 past papers, and all the MQPs released for these past papers as per syllabus 2022. So this analysis has been done for the past few years now. Once the syllabus 2022 has been released, they have conducted 3 exams and we had some model question papers. So moving on with this analysis, I have segregated all the questions from all the different chapters for the descriptive part. The descriptive part, starting from question number 2. Understand this. Question 2 has always been, from the very beginning, it's always been your contract act. So contract act is again very huge in nature, right? So where does this question 2 come from? Question number 2, the first part of question 2 is always from your general contract, which you have been studied from your in the foundation syllabus as well, the general part of the contract. The second question 2B has always been asked from special contracts. Remember, we had 5 special contracts: bailment, pledge, indemnity, guarantee, and agency. These are the 5 special contracts which have been asked regularly for 7 marks at least in every single paper. That means, sir, if I study special contracts and if I be able to study the normal contract act which is from foundation, I'll be able to answer question number 2. Absolutely yes. You'll be able to complete question 2A and 2B if you're thorough with contract act, including those special contracts. Moving on, the second part, the question number 3A and 3B, they have always been asked from the commercial laws. Remember, the set of commercial laws other than the contract, we have Sale of Goods Act, we have Partnership Law, we have LLP, and we have Negotiable Instrument Act. If you are able to complete these 4 chapters, you'll be able to answer question number 3A and 3B. It's a combination of NI, Negotiable Instrument Act, Indian Partnership, Sale of Goods Act, and LLP. These are the 4 chapters comprised together into question number 3. Then question number 4 has been asked from your industrial laws. The 5 industrial laws we have factories, we have gratuity, we have EPF, we have ESI, and we have code of wages. But as the code of wages is newly introduced into your syllabus and it is a very new law as such, they have been focusing more on code of wages. If you focus on question number 4A and 4B, it's always been industrial laws where the importance is always been given to the provisions of code of wages. Code of wages have been regularly asked by ICMA in this question 4. Then the very important part of our analysis, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. Question number 5A and 5B. 5A has always been from Companies Act, and I'm going to divide the Companies Act into 2 parts, guys. Here the normal Companies Act from section number 1 to section number 122. The general meetings, share capital, prospectus, incorporation, preliminary chapter, all this comes under deposits, dividend, deposits and charges, etc. All this come under this part, and I'll give us very special importance to the board of directors topic, right? So question 5A has always been asked from the normal Companies Act, which is more often than not from your incorporation chapter, share capital chapter, and general meetings chapter. These are the 3 which have been given more and more importance when they have been asking questions from the process. And 5B has always been board of directors. Board of directors is very value added topic for you, which comprises of very few sections, but is been coming for more than 22 to 25 marks for your exam, which is very important for your either getting rank, aggregate, or even to pass out CMA Inter paper 5. So board of directors, 5B has always been board of directors. Coming to 6, question number 6A and 6C. 6A and 6C has been, 6A and 6B have been always board of directors. There has been one particular attempt where they have interchanged question number 6 and question number 7. Other than that, it's always been board of directors. So rest assured that you'll have one specified question on board of directors. Institute has been very generous with the students on this point. They have never compromised, or they have not complicated the process where one part of question 5A is say board of directors, 5B is ethics. They have not complicated the process as such. They have always been generous on that part. Coming to question number 7. Question number 7 has always been your ethics, and this is again a very important point for you. Ethics is hardly a 20 or 25 pages of topic, which will definitely fetch you 14 marks. And there's no possibility for the evaluator to even cut down on the marks when it comes to ethics. It is very simplified procedure to remember them. So it is very important for you to remember ethics. Then question number 8. The special importance of question number 8 is that question number 8 is asked as a case study. They'll give you a particular scenario where you have to analyze the scenario, understand it, and come out with a conclusion as per the provisions of the respective laws. And question number 8A has always been your Indian Contract Act. That may be either your special contract or it may be either your generalized contract. It is always from the Contract Act. 8B is always from the Companies Act, sometimes from the General Companies Act, the general provisions, or sometimes from the special point of Board of Directors. But it's always been from Companies Act and as well as the Contract Act. Sir, based on this, the paper now looks very easy, right? If you feel the paper is very easy based on this analysis, please do drop a like on this particular video. We'll come up with more and more amount of important updates for you, important analysis for you to make your paper easy. So what's our analysis based on all the comparisons we have done now? Question number 2A, 2B is always Contract Act, special contract and the normal contract. Question number 3A, 3B is always commercial laws except the Contract Act. Question number 4A is always your industrial laws, giving more importance to the code of wages. Question number 5A is always Companies Act. Question 5B is always Board of Directors. Question 6A and 6B is always been your Board of Directors. 7A, 7B always your ethics. 8A from contract, 8B from Companies Act. Based on all this procedure, if you come to the logic, if I'll be able to thoroughly complete, I would say, Contract Act, Ethics, and your Companies Act. You will be able to focus on this point, guys. You will be able to write question number 2, question number 5, question number 6, question number 7, and question number 8. You will be able to write, yes, you guessed it right. You will be able to write 5 of the 7 questions which you are required to write just based on 3 chapters: Companies Act, Ethics, and Indian Contract Act. Out of which out of Companies Act, the Board of Directors and Ethics will play a very, very vital role for you, which are very important for exam perspective compared to their volume of the chapters. Board of Directors and Ethics are very small but carry a very huge amount of weightage that becomes your priority when you start studying. But sir, for any which ways, for the objective part of 30 marks of MCQs, you have to definitely study your commercial laws as well as industrial laws. But to be on the safer side, my suggestion would be to go to the exam hall at least by completing the industrial laws as well, because industrial laws carry somewhere around 4 to 5 questions in the objective part, and coming to this descriptive part, it is going to carry 14 marks here. So it is always better for you to also complete industrial laws before you go to the exam. So this will be the complete paper analysis for you for your CMA Inter paper 5 business law and ethics. Drop a like on this particular video if you have made this far into the video. And do leave a comment on this particular video. What more videos do you expect from our side regarding this paper? And if you would like to get it, I'll be ready to drop in a complete in detailed revision of Board of Directors, of all the sections of Board of Directors, in a single video, where you'll be able to fetch at least 25 marks out of this particular video of Board of Directors. So do drop a like and comment on this particular video to get more updates on the process. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.